and welcome back to Football Made Simple. When Joao Cancelo joined Manchester City in a £60 million deal that involved Danilo going the other way for £32 million, there were great expectations. He had cultivated a reputation as one of the best attacking fullbacks in world football. However, his first season was nothing to write home about. But in 2020-2021, his true abilities have come to the fore, and his tactical versatility has contributed to City's recent improvement. But how exactly has he allowed this? Let's take a look. And when assessing Cancelo's impact, we will use stats at certain points, and the best place you can get stats for your favorite teams and players is the OneFootball app. And it gives you so much more than stats, also giving you a customized news and transfer feed according to your favorite teams. And the best part is, it's absolutely free through the link in the description down below. Of course, City's improvement isn't all down to Cancelo, but he has played a major part from his unorthodox role. And Pep using unorthodox fullbacks shouldn't be news to anyone, having done it several times in the past. And in comparison to 1920, Cancelo's game time has more than doubled, from 35% of the available minutes to over 73% at the time of recording. And so far, in his 20 starts, he has shown his tactical versatility, with 8 being at left back, 2 in midfield and 10 at right back, which will be our main focus. At times, during the build-up phase, we do see Cancelo operate as a more traditional right back, looking to move high and wide fairly early. This is particularly useful when City have operated with a false 9, as it allows the wide man to also move central and be the extra man between the lines to create a dual false 9 threat. Or the second false 9 can move deeper into the midfield to help cause an overload. But more interestingly, he tends to come into midfield, being the second pivot alongside Rodri, and this allows the defense to shift to a wide back 3 with Stones moving to the right and Zinchenko staying deeper as a left centre back. This allows City to be able to switch the point of attack quickly through Ruben Diaz in the centre. It also helps them to deal with a defensive transition, as the back 3 can come narrow to be compact and they have a double pivot ahead of them as well. But the main benefits of Cancelo here are in the attacking phase. The first is that having a double pivot here allows De Bruyne and Gundogan to push higher to influence the game from the half spaces, not unlike what we used to see with Silva and De Bruyne when Walker would similarly move into a double pivot role. But it is here we begin to spot a few differences between the two right backs. Firstly, on the ball, Walker is much more conservative, with his passing range usually being a switch to the left winger, a pass into the pivot, or moving it out towards the right. But when Cancelo receives the ball in similar situations, he can do all that Walker does, but is also much more comfortable taking risks on the ball. This primarily involves looking to break the opposition's midfield line with a progressive pass, which has been crucial, as operating with rotating false 9s means that there is usually a man available. As a result, he completes the third most progressive passes for City from players to have played at least 450 minutes in the league. But even more pertinently, he's comfortable carrying the ball high up the pitch, looking to bypass a man as he moves up, meaning that City will suddenly have a numerical overload high up that they can take advantage of, having taken a defender out of the game. In fact, he has the second most progressive carries for the side, which is dribbles that move the ball at least 5 yards up the pitch, excluding the defensive 40% of the pitch. Admittedly, this risk-taking on the ball does get him into trouble at times, being tackled or the ball being intercepted and leading to a counter-attack. But in and around the final third is where Cancelo's impact is highest. When Walker played there in City's prior seasons, De Bruyne dominated the half space with Silva in the left, meaning that City had creativity down both sides. Without Silva, City have struggled with a lack of creativity at times, so Pep has looked to solve this by giving De Bruyne added freedom to drift around the pitch, more like a traditional 10. So this season, we've seen him pop up on the left, up front, and deeper a lot more often. This has been facilitated by the fact that Cancelo is comfortable moving higher into the right half space to help them maintain good attacking structure, with Gundogan in the left half space, or deeper alongside Rodri if De Bruyne is in the left half space. Giving De Bruyne this freedom has been key to making up for at least some of the creativity that Silva took with him. This is possible as Cancelo has a lot more attacking flair than Walker, and from here, can potentially make match-deciding passes into runners into the box and getting into dangerous zones. And he's also not afraid to have a shot himself from distance. As a result, Cancelo is in the top 8 for key passes per 90 in the league, which is enough to rank him 3rd for City. He also has the 2nd most passes into the box for City. Having the 4th highest touches for them in the final third also shows his influence for the side. This iteration of Manchester City may not be the attacking juggernauts of 17-18 and 18-19, but with the constant adaptation and experimentation of Guardiola, players like Cancelo mean that City will still find themselves near the top come the end of the season. But what do you make of Cancelo's role? Drop it down in the comments below. A quick shout out to my Patreons for helping to make this video possible. If you want to support, head on over to patreon.com/footballmadesimple and you'll get rewards like early access to videos and exclusive content. But that's all for today, and remember, keep it simple.